Back in the days of the Aslanti Empire, there was another empire in the area now known as Avestan. This empire was called Thassalon, ruled by a benevolent rune lord, who then died and was taken over by 7 new rune lords who were much more interesting. But then a giant meteor hit Galarian and everyone died. Let's fast forward a bit to right before Cheliax predicted that Eridan, god of humans, would come back. In the country of Sarkoris, demons started to appear, but nobody cared, because everybody thought Eridan was coming back. Then Eridan didn't come back, and everybody said, oops. Then a giant world wound opened up and even more demons came out. Everybody said we probably should have dealt with that before. Since Plan A failed, the people of Sarkoris had to resort to Plan B, running away. Sarkoris became overrun with demons. Since Eridan died, all of Eridan's old followers had to find a new deity, so they began to follow Iomedae. That's why she's called the Inheritor. They decided to have a giant crusade against the demons. Then it was the year 4707 AR. The last 2 digits of the year in Galarian correspond to the last 2 digits of the year on Earth, which means 4707 corresponds to 2007, when the first Paizo adventure path came out, Rise of the Rune Lords. Rise of the Rune Lords took place in a country called Varizia, with lots of goblins, Varizians, and a bartender named Amico. That thing about goblins is they really like to multiply. Goblins multiply so much, some of them start to have strange mutations. Some mutations turn them into freaks. Other mutations turn them into chill dudes. When there's so many goblins, eventually chaos happens. Many goblins are killed by adventurers. Other goblins blow themselves up. Over time, the proportion of chill dudes to not chill dudes starts to get bigger and bigger. Eventually, there's so many chill dudes that they become a core Pathfinder ancestry. Warning, up ahead are spoilers for the adventure paths: Rise of the Rune Lords, Jade Regent, Return of the Rune Lords, Wrath of the Righteous, and Tyrant's Grasp. In Varizia, one of the Rune Lords from the ancient empire of Thassalon came back and tried to take over Varizia, but he was defeated. In 4711, the Jade Regent adventure path occurred. That's when Amico found out she was an empress, and traveled all the way to Tianzia to become really powerful and cool. In 4713, Wrath of the Righteous came out. People were really getting tired of all the demons in the world wound. The Crusaders were not being very successful. One of the demons in the area was called Nocticula. Nocticula was so evil, she would actually kill other demons. Then she realized if she killed demons, that actually made her good, and she became good, and she became a deity, the deity of redemption. With the help of some adventurers, the crusade eventually fought back the demons and closed the world wound. Mostly, there were still some left. Everybody really wanted them to finish the job, but they said, we're busy. Then in 4718, Return of the Rune Lords came out, and more Rune Lords came back to take over Varizia. They were defeated, but one of them said, this sucks, and decided to be good. So she built New Thassalon, and because she was evil but then turned good, she became best friends with the deity of redemption, Nocticula. Everybody really wanted the Crusaders to finish the job at the world wound, but then they left because they were busy. That's because it was 4719 when Tyrant's Grasp came out. Tarbafon was locked in a tower, guarded by the Knights of Last Wall. Then he blew it up and escaped. He killed so many people and brought back so many dead things that Last Wall was destroyed and became the Deadlands. Tarbafon wanted to take over Absalom so he could take the test of the Starstone and become a deity, but he was defeated. Then he went to a country called the Hold of Belgsen, full of orcs. He said, hey guys, want to be evil together? And the orcs said, we're not evil anymore, jerk. So Tarbafon went to the Isle of Terror. That's where he is now, waiting, plotting his return. Then in 4719, Pathfinder 2E came out. That's where we are today.